Hello and welcome, Mindset Masters. Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure to see you here today. It's a beautiful day out, and we had a great mastermind session last night. We had over 100 people on, and again, guys, you should definitely take advantage of that. Once we get to 1,000 people, we're going to be changing the terms on that. So you guys are grandfathered in. A lot of the questions we had last night were really centered around fear, and how do I do this, and how do I how do I condition my mind to not feel bad if I like lose a trade or something doesn't go my way? So a lot of things were centered on the how, right? So I want to give you guys just a couple of steps here, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not 100 things you guys need to do every day to be successful. What you find from the world's most successful people is that they really master just a handful of things, like 4 or 5 things, right? So I want to kind of go over the simplicity of what we're doing, right? We're talking about the mind, which is complex, but it actually becomes very, very simple if you guys can just do a few things. Hey, Shauna, what's happening? Hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Dr. Veronica Henderson, how are you? It's good to see you guys. So here's the things, guys. Number one, first and foremost, understand you were born completely blank. You were born ignorant. I was born ignorant. Everybody's born like a blank slate. And you were programmed over time against your will, right? Or I don't want to say against your will, but the programming that you have was not programming that you chose. You didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose the environment you were in. You didn't choose what your parents were teaching you. You didn't choose what the schools were teaching you. Even that is something we're forced into, right? So just understand at a high level, you have programming in your subconscious mind that is not serving you. It's not your fault. It's not your parents' fault. There's no fault here. We just want to have understanding and awareness. Say, okay, I have programs that are not serving me, right? If you're not living in a physically fit body, it means you have programs that are not serving you. You need to change those programming. If you're not earning the money you want to make, it's not your fault. It just means that you don't have the program called wealth building yet, which we're going to give you here in the Mindset Masters over time, right? It takes the spaced repetition of content over time to rewire your thinking. All right, guys? But it's not good or bad or easy or hard. It just is. So let's everybody just relax. Don't beat yourselves up. It's a process. We're here to work with you guys together. So number one is understanding, right? Number two, realize this. And we said this last night. The instant you decide, 2 things. Number one, the instant you decide to move towards your goal. The only reason I wasn't a millionaire when I was younger is I actually never made a decision. I never said, I am going to be a millionaire. This I decide. I'm deciding to be a millionaire, right? So you got to make the decision, whatever it is, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, a million a month. There's no such thing as big or small, but you have to make a clear decision. And I know that sounds easy, but most people don't know how to make a decision. And what I would say to you guys is make sure you have this book. Make sure you have Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you're going to get one book, this is it. And read the decision chapter. Right? I would make a commitment to read that chapter for the next 90 days. Decision. A lot of people are hoping to get to 100,000 a month or a million a month or whatever that is. They're hoping to lose the weight and be in a fit body, or they're hoping to have a good relationship, but they're not doing the work. They're not getting in harmony with that, right? So number 2, you got to make a decision to go towards your goal, whatever your goal is, right? And understand this, you already made a decision to increase your awareness. You made a decision to be in the Mindset Masters. So that automatically puts you in the 1% of thinkers. Most people do not study in their mind. And I'm talking almost nobody on the planet studies in their mindset. That's what we're doing here. So you want to take some peace in that. Like you're on the journey. It's here. It's not out there. You're doing it. All right. So number 2, understand that. Make a decision and understand that you're already in the right place, right? Number 3 is, again, more understanding. We become what we think. Human beings, we become the dominant thoughts in our mind. That's not just a cute phrase. That's physics. Your body is an expression of what you're thinking. And if you're not thinking, then you have, thousands and thousands of decisions over time to eat bad or smoke or drink excessively. Those are decisions, right? So we become the dominant thoughts in your mind. So what are you thinking all day long? We had one gentleman that was, he said, I just started trading in iMarkets Live, and I had some bad trades, and how do I not feel bad about that, right? Well, he probably already felt bad about it before he made the trade. He had fear and doubt and worry and lack even before he started trading, right? And all we need to do is look at results. If you look at my buddy Luke, his results would say that he doesn't trade with fear. He doesn't trade with emotion. He's very systematic. He knows he's going to win, right? He knows it's just percentages. And if he's winning more than losing, he's in the right direction. So it's a mindset thing, right? So you got to go into these things with the right mindset, right? So we become the dominant thought. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking all day, right? And I'm going to give you some more here. Number 4, study mindset every day. You're already doing that here. I would say at a bare minimum, the Mindset Masters and the book Think and Grow Rich. All right, guys? That's going to give you a basis for mindset training. And just study that over and over and over again. It'll condition your mind over time. Number 5 is study in your industry. Study in your industry. What we're doing is training for your mind. And we talk about network marketing. We talk about real estate. We talk about coaching and sales. There's a lot of industries that we work and teach here. But what I'm saying is if you're in real estate, you want to study like Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone. You want to, study 7, 8, and 9-figure earners. If you're in network marketing, you want to study the leaders in your company and also people like Ray Higdon and Eric Worre, right? Every single day. Now, just little bits of information, maybe a half hour on mindset and a half hour in your craft, right? And number 6, guys, and this is the biggest one, take measurable, daily, consistent action. Most people that are not moving towards their goals is because they take a little action, they get some feedback they don't like a bad trade or somebody says no, and then they stop the action. That's like turning a light switch on and off and leaving it off, but expecting the light to be on. You guys, you cannot stop taking measurable, daily, consistent action. I don't care if you're prospecting 5 people a day. Do that every single day. Do not miss that, right? Because once you start taking the daily measurable action, you can start to gauge your results. And let me give you an example. If you commit to yourself, I'm gonna prospect 5 people a day, or I'm gonna network with 5 people a day. If you're in real estate, it doesn't matter what you in. Everybody's looking for customers, right? So I'm gonna prospect 5 people a day, and you do that for 30 days. Well, at the end of the month, you can gauge your results. It's like, well, I got 2 customers and 1 business partner. Okay, so 5 people a day, 30 days, that's what you got. If you want better results, you have to increase the prospecting and stick to it, right? Go to 10 people a day. Do that for 30 days. This is so simple, guys, that most people miss it. Don't overcomplicate this. And listen, I don't care if you sign people or get customers or have successful trades. That may sound weird, but I don't care if you get a customer or a business partner or successful trades. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're studying for your mind, studying in your industry, and taking action. Right? Number 7 here, guys, is surrender to the process. If you do these 3 things consistently every day, study for your mind, study in your industry, take action, you're designed to figure this out. You have a conscious, you have a subconscious, you have a body. What we need to do is get new information, right? That's where you're studying for your industry. Take action. This is where you prospect with different language. And then we get results. We get feedback. Most people are calling feedback failure. Let me say that again. Most of you guys are calling feedback failure. It's not failure, it's feedback. You need to gather that. If you reach out to 5 people and get no results, it tells me that you need to change your language and change your wording. So now you can come to Monday nights, right? And we'll help you change the language. If you do 5 trades and they all go bad, all that says is that your plan is flawed or your thinking is flawed. It's not good or bad. It's just the universe telling you that you need to change something in your plan. Does that make sense, guys? So just do these things, right? There's 3 things. Study for your mind, study in your industry, take measurable daily action. You are mathematically guaranteed to succeed if you do those things. That's what the world 1% know. That's what we know, guys. I don't have to worry about results. Don't worry about results. That's like, you guys don't know why the light comes on when you turn a switch either. You just turn the switch. You just put the energy, consistent energy on. It's cause and effect. You guys are so worried about the effect that you're not doing the cause. And that's the only thing that stops anybody, guys. We're so afraid of what other people think. Other people aren't thinking. Stop worrying about that. Focus on yourself. Let's use your willpower. Let's get hyper-focused. Take the next 12 months and just do these simple things. And I guarantee you, you'll need a telescope to look back and see where you were. All right, guys, make it a great day. Be well, and God bless. We'll see you soon.